nice evergreen fly guy here. I'm gonna do a quick fly tying video. It's pretty late. I just got out of class, and bet you're wondering about the poncho here. It's really cold down here right now because the heat's been off all day. So I'm just trying to warm up. I'm gonna get everything set up, and then I'll show you what we're using. Sparkle Soft Hackle size 12. This is from another one of the postfly kits. So in this kit you get a lemon dark mallard flank. You get your hooks, obviously size 12, and these are barbless. You got your rust brown SST dubbing and our rusty brown dubbing. Some copper wire, which I actually drug away. And then this is just what a completed one would look like, a good completed one. Now, will we get ours like that? I don't know, we'll have to see. But okay, let's just get right into it. Now we're going to take our brown thread. This is just standard black uni thread. I'm trying to get got a little bunching happening. Get it straightened out. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to leave a gap on the hook shank. A pretty good sizable gap. So let's say I'll come back just a little bit here. Get this in the position. We could move on. Oh, back up. Alright, we're probably good about right here. And now we're just gonna wrap around here. And we're not going all the way down, really. We're just giving it a good chunk. So once you've got our little tag there, you can just cut off the tag once you get a hold of it. Mine twisted up, so actually I'm just gonna put that on there and just get it out of the way because it's gonna take forever to untangle. All right. I'm going to pull that out. Alright, now we're going to take a few inches of your copper wire. They recommend 4 inches. I don't think you need exactly that much. I probably have about 2 here. And we're just going to go down the shank and tie this guy into the shank. And just wrap all the way down to the bend. That's how I go. That's how I go. You could go a little bit shorter if you wanted. It looks like how they did. And I think either one would work fine. Now, whenever you're coming around like this, you really got to watch out for the hook end. I've noticed, because I have cut a bunch of my line on doing these flies, just because the way that hook tip is, and it's hard to get around into the butt end of it. You're having to go around and making sure it doesn't prick. But it does make it better compared to some, because if you was doing this and the hook had a barb, I'm sure it would be a whole lot harder. Now that we've got that on, we're going to take some of the rusty brown dubbing and we're going to put that on there. Now this stuff is a little bit hard to gauge compared to some of the dubbing I've used lately. And when I say that, like, you get out a piece and you're not really sure how much it is. And I want to space that out really good. Now they said to do about 3 inches of this, I believe. And again, I think this is another thing where you probably only need 2 inches or even less, because this is a pretty small fly. Now that should be good. I'm just gonna tie it in here. I'm keeping my line real tight while I'm doing this. Very, very tight. Just come down the fly. Now I have all of I need, and I'm gonna pull off my excess here. The best way to avoid doing that, getting that excess, is to get your dubbing right off the bat. Now if you see, I'm taking this copper wire that we left on the back end and I'm twisting it around the fly, and you can probably get, I believe they say 5 wraps out of it, and probably get 4, possibly, actually I might get 5 out of this one. Yeah, there we go, there's 5. And now you're just going to cut the end of that copper wire off with your thread here. Just, make sure it's real good. And then set it right there at the tip of the dubbing. Now I'm going to cut off the stem of this copper wire using the back end of my scissors there as to not dull the blade on the main part. Now we're going to go on to the rusty brown SST dubbing. And this SST dubbing is it's kind of difficult to use because it's very stringy instead of just kind of like a fuzzball like the previous dubbing. And I've worked with several other of the ice type dubbings, and actually you probably saw at the beginning of the video my thing there of it. They all are very easy to handle compared to this, because I don't know if you can see how stringy this is. It's kind of difficult to get on there. So I usually take about 2 inches of this stuff. You probably only need maybe 1 inch to 1/2 inch of it, because we're only going to do one small part here with it. So I'll definitely have stuff left over if this goes right. Now you're just going to take it around the head of this, up here at the top of this. Let me unwrap because I want to move farther down. So you want to fly where the other dubbing is at, because we're going to need the head of that hook. We're going to need that room up there. So I'm going to do about 1/2 wrap more, strip the rest of this off, and then you can just roll it up in there to tighten it up. Ow, break my finger. And I'm going to push it back because it still went up there to my head. And if you just see, I just took a few wraps around the head there to get my thread up there. Now I'm going to trim off some of this wild dubbing here. That way I can see better for these next coming parts. Okay, that should be fine for now. So the next part, we're going to be using our feather. So just grab you one of these lemon dark mallard flank feathers. And I'm going to find a... Oh, I should be able to use this one. And we're going to preen the sides off here. Put it over here. Pull a little more off. There we go. Now we're going to take our shiny side and put it out on the head of the fly, all the way around. And then we're going to wrap our thread around. Get 2 or 3 wraps here. I'm going to cut off the tail end. And then you can just space the feather how you need it right now around the fly. That looks good right there. Now I'm going to let out some slack. Get my whip finish tool. Set up the whip finish tool. And line it up with the head of that fly. Do a couple twists. I usually do about 4 or 5. Let go of it, tighten it up, snip our thread off, fix the feathers back around. I'm going to trim up this dubbing a little bit more. Alright, and there we go. That is our Sparkle Soft Hackle Fly. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, like and subscribe. Appreciate all the support.